The Friends School at Saffron Walden in Essex was founded in 1702 by John Baker, but it has some very modern ideas. For in year, the teachers stay away and the pupils take over with their own kind of lessons.
Here is the Arabic alphabet formed of 29 letters. And remember that you write from right to left. Now, if you would like to know the pronunciation of these letters, this is an S.
These girls are giving lessons in their own language, Arabic. And they have no problems in keeping control in the school, which prides itself on being a community of people learning to live with each other.
Now, if you like to say hello, you say marhaba. Repeat it, please. Marhaba. Another time. Marhaba. If you want to say thank you, you say shukran. Shukran. Shukran.
In another class, a pig is being dissected by a sixth former.
This is the stomach, and it's rather large. And up here, it's the esophagus.
What's that?
This is the liver.
The girl doing the dissecting hopes one day to become a surgeon. On this annual school day, she's an enthusiastic audience. Elsewhere, girls are engaged in more gentle pursuits like beauty culture. There are so many activities normally catered for at the school that it's difficult to find a really unusual one. But school day is a fun day when girls can investigate the effects of various substances on the complexion. Tea bags have an astringent effect on the eyes. And cucumber slices are efficacious in resting tired eyes.
It's quite chewy, actually. Is it nice?
On all the other days of the year, the schools run on normal lines with the assistance of 4 seniors known as the quartet.
One of the things that really makes this school different is that it's a Quaker school. And the first thing that you really notice that is different is perhaps the Sunday evening meeting, which we have every week, and periods of silence before school council. School council has to make its decisions by everybody has to be agreed, so that you can't have a vote on any item, and this tends to slow everything up, and you can't get a very quick decision on anything.
And the badminton club will expand to take on more sixth formers and perhaps fifth formers. We'll see how it goes. But
all forms in the school, from junior to senior, and all staff are represented on the school council. The aim is to involve everyone in welfare and progress. Self-reliance is important in a school where the majority of youngsters are boarders. The student measuring the speed of light this afternoon may be cooking his own fry-out tonight. Seniors are expected to work on their own with occasional guidance from the teacher. It's a system that seems to work well. Although the school's approach reflects its religious foundation, only about a quarter of the children are from Quaker families. And the school's quick to adopt the best of modern teaching methods. Scripture, as a subject, has been replaced by human studies, in which religion is combined with economic, political, social, and cultural aspects of man's development and environment. Sixth formers are not governed by school uniform regulations, and most opt for jeans and sweaters. In the more junior forms, the atmosphere is more traditionally prep school.
Well, this time I want to take it a little bit further than that, a little bit higher. Now, there are various things that you can do. It will mean moving around, so you have to do it as quietly and as carefully as possible, so you don't disturb people. Everyone's got a copy of Speak.
The Friends School seems to have a happy knack of combining the traditional with the modern and making it work without jarring.
School's got a mixture of very old and some very new buildings. There were a couple that were been opened in the last 2 or 3 years. One of the most interesting extensions has been the use of a disused reservoir, which has been renovated and changed into common rooms, which has been relatively successful. Another interesting part of the school buildings is a gate that has been brought up from the original location in Croydon, which is meant to be one of the best of its kind.
The original buildings are solidly Victorian and date from 1878. They blend well with the modern additions, which have been augmented by the use of a redundant water tower purchased with the reservoir for a fairly nominal sum. The inside of the tower contrasts with the wide spaces of the reservoir, which is used for a clubhouse. The spiral staircase makes an exciting approach to rooms devoted to the pleasantly messy task of pottery. It's just one of the dozen or so activities from cookery to woodwork open to boarders and day pupils alike. They can also swim, play musical instruments, or join a farming or pet club.
Yes. Have a look at it. Prop it up on the chair here and look at it from a little bit away. Be quite critical. What about making those shapes and these ones are the same? You see, you've got a sort of... It's neither symmetrical nor completely...
Yeah,
asymmetrical. It's a sort of mixture. Yes, but the thing is that I think if you're...
Fantastic.
Junior girls wear a traditional uniform. Junior boys, grey trousers, shirt and pullover. Middle school boys graduate to tweed sports jackets.
No, you do.
But like most boys, they're less interested in clothes than cars. This stripped-down banger is one of the vehicles belonging to the car club, where the boys can learn to drive on some of the school's 35 acres before they're old enough for a road license. There's certainly no excuse to get bored. Scouts and amnesty group, literary society, rambling and drama clubs and swimming in the school's pool cater for most tastes. All the usual sports and a few others like volleyball are played with enthusiasm. About 130 of the pupils are day boys and girls, but it's the 250 others who make the school different in an important way. They live there.
We are a boarding school which caters for day scholars as well. There are about 60% boarders here and 40% day scholars. When you come to the school, one goes into dormitories that are quite large, up to about 16 in each dormitory for the boys. I don't know for the girls. But when you get up to the sixth form, the dormitories get, well, they get smaller and fewer people are in each of them, down to 3 in each dormitory. We do have a lot of, well, not a lot, but a fair proportion of foreign students here. A lot of Americans come in the sixth form, and they express their nationalities in the dormitories that they're in.
One thing that's interesting about this school is that it's always been a co-ed school ever since 1702 when it was founded, when it was originally situated in Croydon in Surrey. But later on there was donation from the Gibson family in Saffron Walden, and we moved here. When the first form come, the first form girls, they all tend to bring their teddy bears and things into the bedrooms, but later on as they get up to school, everyone kind of abandons those as they think they're growing older. But there's a very feminine aspect about the girls' bedrooms, I think.
They try to get the attitude of personal growth into it, where each person accepts his own responsibility as he grows up the school. And rather than an enforced discipline by the rest of the staff, they try to keep very quiet as much as possible. But they do have structure enough to run the school, I think.
All the many activities of the school are reported in the magazine Avenue, an ambitious publication with some lively writing and illustrations. Its vivacity seems to reflect the enthusiasm of the school.
Well, just this one. We've run out of things.